go over the intro this time. My broadcast keeps on getting interrupted. It just completely shut off after 40 minutes. So there's someone out there that really does not want me to be broadcasting. So to that person who's ever doing it, you do realize that every time that happens, I have to shut off the Wi-Fi to the house. So not only are you affecting me, but you're affecting the 7 other people that live in this house. And what you also don't understand is I do not work. And as long as someone is spending their time to bully, ridicule, and harass me, that has been going on since I can remember as a little kid when my brother physically molested me, I will never work another day in my life. So I could do this all day if I want, all month, all year, until I'm dead. So try as you might. You will never deter me from building. So yeah, I don't have to go through the intro for the 3rd time again today. People that are able to do that go into people's live streams and screw up people's PCs never need to be around a computer again. In fact, they never need to be around people again, and they need to be placed in prison. They have proven that they cannot handle any amount of power or responsibility. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay. Let's just make sure we're streaming here. Yeah, I'm not going to stop streaming until I get at least a 3 or 4 hour stream. Like I said, I can do this all day if I wanted to. Not that I want to, because I still need to work out and go for a run. You see, I don't spend a lot of my time fixating on other people unless I find them doing something that's against humanity. But some people really just go out of their way to screw with people, eh? My suggestion is, concentrate on your own life. Because if you have that much time to be fucking with someone, I can guarantee you don't have much of a life. Anyways. No matter what you do, you won't be able to stop me. You want to stop me? Come and try. I have to say thank you to all the harassers and bullies out there. It's because of you that I'm on H Medical. Like I said, I'll never have to work another day in my life because of the people that harass and bully me. Like I said, ever since my eldest brother physically molested me as a kid. Okay. Should have done a PA tool cleanup as well. You can corrupt all my game files as well. It just means I'm going to start over. You can delete my YouTube. I'll just start another one. By the time you attempt to stop me, or even come close, you'll be long in the grave. supposed to be pavement, but I can always just make that grass. So I don't really want to bring it up pavement over anymore. So let's see, yesterday the power on my PS5 mysteriously turned off. I know I have my PC riddled with malware, and that's because War Thunder, or Gaijin, the company that does War Thunder, made a backdoor into my computer. Like I said, some people just love to fucking see other people fail. That's their whole primary mission in life, is to screw with other people. People say that I don't have a life. Well, some people literally live the lives of other people. Sad. Very sad. Like I said, I've dealt with it my entire life. Nothing new for me. So yeah, screw with the broadcast again. That means I'll just be resetting the Wi-Fi and pissing off the other 7 to 8 people that live here. They're not just affecting me. Oh, there comes someone with their demon bike outside. I gotta get into another zone here. I really hate living in the city, man. God almighty. People's obnoxious cars, people's obnoxious bikes, little 6-year-olds in adult bodies, people that never seem to have grown up. post is big enough to cover that gap. Yes, imagine having your brother molest you during your most formative years in your life. That happened when I was 4 and 5. Gave me little torture treatments. Well, it affected me to this very day. It's not something you do to a 4 or 5-year-old. My parents certainly didn't do fuck all about it. From the age from 0 to 7, it's the most important years of a kid's life. I forget who it was in the education system that said that. You give me a child the first 7 years of his life, and I'll own him for the rest of his life. I forget who said that. People that are online doing this to me, you're lucky. You're not here in person. If you were here in person, it would be a different story, because then I can actually defend myself. And I'm quite a big boy still. I'm like a little fucking pit bull. Easy, real big man they are, hiding behind a screen and friggin' keyboard, eh? Real tough and courageous. Big men. Oh, I need to put another curb there. Let's continue up the stairs. for pieces. Perhaps I'll start spilling my guts out about all the knowledge and dirt that I have on certain people here in Calgary. Certain prominent people. Maybe I'll just start laying the dirt down. Because I could fucking really bury some people if I wanted to. Not in the literal sense, I mean in a social sense. As in going to jail sense. these I can get away with not having a curb because the lip directly touches the ground. That lip directly touches the ground. But this one, you come along and get your whole, half your foot stuck underneath that. I'll have to cover these up with some curbs to have an actual step going on them. Closer to the edge. Oh, I got another cup of tea already. I'm more apprehensive on drinking this since I've been peeing a lot. I'm sure I'm going to have to pee quite soon after drinking this. Excellent. Squeeze out all the juice here. There we go. I gotta get into this workshop here. Keep forgetting there's a couple workshops overlapping, not overlapping. sets of stairs that I can forego the curb. I'm beginning to think that everyone that does use a computer should have a digital ID. That way they'll know exactly who it is whenever someone logs in. I certainly have nothing to hide. I mean, we live in the digital age anyways. So, your privacy is nothing but an illusion. Not to mention it's an illusion anyways, because everything's recorded in the Akashic records. So, but usually people can't access the Akashic records unless they're spiritually evolved. Well, they won't be able to access the Akashic records unless they're spiritually evolved. So, I mean, one way or another, whether or not it's because of the current data age, where anyone can look up your data, or whether or not you're spiritually evolved and you're able to look up the Akashic records, which is much more in depth than any data will be, because that actually carries all the emotions, feelings, and thoughts that comes along with what you've experienced as well. And that's something that data collecting nowadays does not have. They don't have that intuitive part of it. But yeah, moral of the story is that if you really want to know about me, then all you have to do is search, or just ask me. I'm an open book. But the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that do have a lot to hide. I think that they're afraid the most. So why not get some digital IDs out there? Force everyone to sign in with their fingertips or retinas before you're even allowed to touch a computer, or rather go online. Just wondering what a lot of these trolls and hackers used to do before there was a thing called social media and the internet, if they have lived long enough to be able to live through that, which some actually have. Some, actually, the majority probably have. What did you do before that, before social media? Who did you troll? Did you stalk people? Well, I'm not exactly sure what you used to do. Like, how did you get your troll fix is what I'm wondering. The majority of trolls out there do it behind a screen and a keyboard for a reason, because they certainly could not bully anyone in person. That's for sure. Go ahead, try and bully me in person. We'll see how well that goes for you. Anyways, the trolls love Chechen, so let's just stop feeding the trolls. If you starve them, they'll eventually die out. least. Here's the first one. Let's get the stairs in first before I put a retaining wall in. Although I wouldn't mind continuing the brick pathway to go along here so I can get at the services. This most definitely would not be stuck on grass. It would be a slab, or at least a brick path there, most likely a slab. Kind of silly that I'm putting these stairs in at all, but I do like having the chrome trim and then the, whatchamacallit, the curb. It's a nice contrast. Perfect. It's out by about a quarter of an inch, but that's fine. Again, I'm certain that I'm going to be the only one that notices that. Unless, of course, you're watching this live stream at this very moment. This one we can forego curb. That would even be nice to fill in this. Because, yeah, it's never good to have hollow stairs like that, especially with a lip like that. It could potentially be a tripping hazard. I wonder how long this is going to take me to get to the other side of the map. Assuming that's even possible. I mean, I don't see why not, as long as I don't over-clutter any of the areas, because right now you can't even see Jamaica Plane. So that should not be stressing the processor. reduce the retaining wall by moving it a little bit further over. That kind of sucks. Well, I guess these... I'm not going to use that out of the stair anyways. Okay. I cannot wait to move out of the city. Like, where are the friggin' police when you need them? Charleswood should be manned by friggin' police squad cars 24/7. I cannot wait to move to the mountains somewhere just as far away from civilization as I can possibly get. In fact, I'm reaching that point in my life that I think I might become a yogi in friggin' Tibet. Nothing would please me more than being in a cave for 5-10 years at a time. Complete solitude. Good evening, Dr. Dre. How art thou this fine afternoon/evening? Dr. Dre, isn't that a rapper? That's an older school rapper. That's like, isn't that like early 2000s? I forget. I would Google it, but I'm a little bit busy right now. Okay, that's just small enough. I can squeeze that in there. Satan is just a state of mind. Satan does not actually exist. It's just a certain mind frequency. Satan only exists in our minds. I would rather be a servant in heaven than a king in the land of shadows. Okay, that one doesn't need a curve, 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 so there's these two need curves. We gotta get into our different workshop now. It's unfortunate. The world is run by a lot of Satanists. A lot of people who've lost their connection with spirit, source. Unfortunately, they've done quite a number on humanity. Doesn't matter if you're a Satanist, Buddhist, Christian, an atheist, or whatever. They all come from the same source. The only thing that separates us is the veil of illusion. So when you're hurting someone else, you're in fact hurting just another version and variation of yourself. Continue rotating all there. Or do you want a pathway going this way? Dr. Dre, that would be a form of harassment, and I'm gonna have to block you from the channel. Thanks for stopping by, man. to go seek help for my mental health issues, I strongly suggest you do the same. No, I don't want to do that. Put it in an actual pathway first. Let's just do a quick series of saves. It's obvious I'm being targeted by some individuals right now. I'm not sure what type of person says that. I have 100 subscribers and I'm the son of Satan. Like, is that normally what you do on people's channels? Is that something that you would say to someone in real life? Or do you have the balls to say something like that to someone in real life without getting your teeth knocked out? That's definitely gonna have to drop. Try to get that as low to the ground as possible. We're just going to be covering up the frame and then the actual components on the inside. Just for realism measures. My strong suggestion, instead of harassing other people, I strongly suggest you work on yourself. Like, meditate, go for a run, or volunteer, help out your community. they could be using their time a lot more productively than harassing people that have helped out the community in the past. It's unfortunate. It's not like I can get a shovel or a bobcat and dig this whole area out to get these services. They're supposed to be exposed. If there was a being called Satan here on Earth, I'd be whimpering like a little child knowing that my time is just about over. I call it Satan's little season for a reason. That's an auto-saving. Interesting. Too high. It's not ideal, but it'll work. I have to say, the people that comment like that, it's unfortunate that your parents failed you. I mean, mine didn't do exactly the greatest job, but at least I had a roof over my head. I never had to worry about food, and they made me self-sufficient. Some people's parents just completely failed them. isn't an actual save in there. Triple it up. Maybe I'll be able to get away with only doubling it up, and then the retaining wall can do the rest for me. That covers that up, it does indeed. So I can get a retaining wall in. That's 2 days in a row that I've had people come to this channel that have said something about Satan. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you friggin' degenerates? People like you do not have any right to be living here on this planet. Pure and simple. Yeah, stuff like this is easy for me. Do you know why? Because I've been building since I was 4 years old, that's why. I haven't spent my life fucking with other people. I've spent it bettering my skills. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? No, it isn't. So that we can leave as is, and then maybe I'll put like a flower pot there or something. You can see why certain people attack other people, and is that to make you feel better about yourself and not actually having talent yourself? I don't get it. You know, we all have divinity and the source code frequency within us. You just need to remember who you are. I just think all the time that you're spending online, you could be getting into shape, you can be going for a run, you can be doing researching on esoterics and the occult, which means hidden. Or perhaps you already know about that, and that's why you're serving the materialistic side of things. Either or, you're just projections of the illusion. If I don't mind, you will never matter. I wonder how many of you actually get the full context of that statement. Context and meaning, that's what I should say. Okay, actually I should clear this retaining wall around first. That same piece of shit bike has been friggin' driving around Charleswood. I might actually call the police. Can't have idiots like that in the community of Brentwood. Blocks. That's 2 blocks right there. that you need to be able to pull them whenever you want, or if you need to. So I think I might drop that curve there. A lot more service area on these units. Yeah, are you the one from Germany? I forget. Alright, other than trolls constantly harass me, not bad. I had a lot of Satanists come on here thinking they would be little smart asses. I had my live stream completely interrupted because my PS5 yesterday just lost power for some reason, even though it didn't overheat, and even though the power was still on. Something happened. And then my broadcast today was just all of a sudden stopped after 40 minutes. So, it's kind of frustrating. But I don't work, so I can do this all day if I have to. With all that BS aside, how are you doing today? How's the fatherland doing? Politics going on. Yeah, so does everywhere else. That's because the old system is starting to crumble very, very quickly. And I'm here to witness it all. It's going to be some very interesting times, Aaliyah, the next 5 years. Right, left party, it doesn't matter. It's all part of the same control system, Aaliyah. And God, are they desperate to maintain control. Interesting. Almost like little kids having their lollipops taken away. They just don't want to relinquish control. Anyways, let's just leave the politics out of it, because I'm not really into politics for this channel. I'm only here to witness and observe. course, to be sending ripples throughout the frequency of this earth. I can accomplish that just by my mere presence of being here on earth. Probably put some small rocks in there. Interesting. I think I'm gonna. I don't know if I can do it from this side. I might be able to. Yeah, I'd have to admit that Canada has some of the laziest workers in it. Even in the military these days. Not very many people here have a strong work ethic. Quite frankly, Canada is very fat as well. A lot of fat people here. Spoiled fat people. I should raise this up a bit. Might as well raise that up to the same height. Because they're all brainwashed and indoctrinated. I'll just say some of the comments that are on my live stream. You can see indoctrination and fucking not having a mind of their own at all. Yeah, that's up for debate. Like I said, I'm here to witness a new ushering of humanity. I'm not here to see the downfall of humanity. I'm here to see it rise. Back from those who stole its power. I'll need to fit something around there. Like a guardrail. Some sort. We'll see. It's long past overdue at this point, Aaliyah. Long past overdue. It'd be good if it wasn't for the periodic freezing. Not bad. At least I'm able to build this big, which is nice. I'm waiting until the 27th to finish off the interior of Jamaica X-Plane. That way I can do a video on that. And then just continue on with this. Oh, I do have a plan. It's really not set in stone because at any time the game can freeze. So it all depends. My plan is to build this road all the way to the glowing sea to the edge of the map. So that can all come to a quick halt very quickly, and it's dependent on a variety of reasons. My PS5 can get hacked. I can lose all my data, and then I'd have to start over. The game could just freeze and corrupt itself, or it would simply just not allow me to build that big. So yes, I have a plan, but it's not set in stone because there's too many variables for me to set it in stone. Yeah, I quick save pretty much every 5 minutes. This workshop only takes about 6 seconds to load up, so it's not a big deal. When I'm inside Jamaica X-Plane, it takes about 45 to 46, 47 seconds to load up. But here it's not such of a big deal because it does not take very long for the workshop to open up. Yeah, I like s'mores. There's an update available for it, but the last time I used the update, which was in the middle of this build, probably around 20 times the build limit, it caused a couple of my menus to freeze up whenever I open them, so I can no longer open those menus because of the update s'more did. And the update was adding the plumbing. He added these, but now I can't open this up. It'll freeze about 3 or 4 objects all the way down. So I'm not even touching s'mores anymore. Like it's good enough for me. And honestly, a lot of the stuff in here is just reiterations of the same crap. Like this I can find in USO, that I can find in USO. This is custom to s'mores, and I think custom vanilla assets also has this. Yeah, don't update it, especially if you're in the middle of a build or if you have any builds that you care about, because it'll probably end up corrupting it. I'm not even touching it anymore. I'm quite happy with the state of it. Like, it's a good mod, but the thing is, I don't know why it has reiterations of the same thing. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that you can just find in USO. I don't even think I want the stairs that close. I want some service area for the stair, for this. Almost looks like a power transformer. Well, that's an HVAC unit, I know that. Yeah, see you later, Leah. It was nice talking with you. Thank you for being civil. try and keep the politics to a minimum, because that's not something that I'm really concern myself with. I keep an eye on it, but I don't really worry about it. My only concern is me remembering who I am, and that's through meditation. That's the only thing I have to concern myself with. But yeah, have a good night. Enjoy your dinner. Let that be a lesson to the rest of you who comment on my channel. Keep it civil. If you're going to be immature, I can assure you you'll never talk to me again in this lifetime. Whether or not you care about that is irrelevant to me, but just, you don't need to be on my channel if you're going to be doing shit like that. Like I said, go for a run, start working out, do something to better yourself instead of just trying to destroy someone else. Because in the end, you're only hurting a version of yourself. They're all extensions of God's consciousness. That's something that a lot of you seem to have forgotten, or were just simply not taught. closest to those connections. I have to drop this. I doubt I'm going to be able to grab it, but I might be able to. I have to drop this. There's no way to be able to get a... Well, you could get a hose on there, but in an emergency, you'd really be fiddling with that connector to get a freaking hose and hose clamp on. Yes, I also have firefighter training as a soldier in the military. It's something that was mandatory. Whether it's house fires, building fires, or forest fires, it's something that we receive training in. Oh, there's something for you. Instead of trolling people on the internet, you should join the military. Learn some very valuable skills. Learn how to push yourself by realizing that all the limits are just limits within your own mind. It's cleaning it up quite well. It's coming along. Okay, just give me a minute. I have to go to the washroom. Okay, so you get in this workshop here. I gotta open the workshop where there's no high stress areas for me to open it up. Shit. Drop that. Press cancel. has to have all these trees pointed outward. There's nothing for me to pair it up with like here. Grab it over here. Oh, there's just so much noise outside of freaking people's crappy vehicles, and with Crowtown being so close. Like, I'd close my window, but then I'd be overheating right now. So I can't even do that, unfortunately. Interesting. I just can't believe how corrupted this society has become over the last 6 millennia, if not more. For even an eon, the place goes to shit. sure the rest of you see what I see, of all the injustices in the world and inequality. And a lot of you say it's because life isn't fair. Well, that's another lie that you've been told over and over in your life. Life is fair. It's just the greedy people who make it unfair for everyone else. You say something over and over and over again, and that will eventually become truth. But for all of those of us who are awake and who can see, we can see right past the bullshit lies. It's plain as day to me. Put a retaining wall up here to act as a board. Oh my god, all I've been hearing today are people's fucking motorbikes. God, I'm sick and tired of people not growing up from when they were 6 years old. Jesus Christ. It's like, man, please look at me. I'm like bringing over a noisy bike, me. Or friggin' fuck. People just don't appreciate silence anymore, do they? And if you're not 6 years old, then you have the emotional mentality of a 6-year-old. Actually, there's probably 6-year-olds out there that have more emotional intelligence than the majority of adults. Which is an unfortunate thing to... Unfortunate realization to come to. actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to line it up next time. Oh, that's the thing. I don't have much of a choice. I'll have to put a post in the middle. There's nothing small enough for me to span that gap with. What I'll do with this. That's way better. Good. It's a little bit close to there. Let's see if I can save on pathway. And let's see if I can get a small curve in here instead of a large one. Close. fence line here eventually. We'll see, just, I think that'll be good. Let's finish off the curve here. Can't go too crazy in any specific area because I don't want to overload it. Like I do actually want to attempt to build at the end of the map. Oh boy, what time is it? 2:37. I'll keep building for at least another half an hour, but I'm gonna have to eat soon because I do want to work out today. I doubt I'll go for a run, but I'll most certainly go for at least a half an hour to an hour walk. So we get the trees in here now. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? It really doesn't make sense, but it's fine. doesn't make very much sense at all, does it? Almost froze there. God. What did I go curved inwards? I think that's the peak, which it's going to curve inwards. Ish. It's a little cockeyed. I should probably do these steps now. So those are done with. Oh, that's all I'm hearing are people's friggin' motorbikes, whether or not it's a crotch rocket or fucking those obnoxious hogs. God almighty. There needs to be a stricter noise limit here in the city. Meaning that if you're louder than a whisper, that breaks bylaw. City's just such an unnatural place to live in. It's a concrete jungle. People live far too close to one another. People are always pissed off because it's such a fast-paced environment. And too many people are just inconsiderate of other people's feelings. They don't, well, it's not that they're inconsiderate, it's just that they simply don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. Really sad how this friggin' plane of existence has turned out. I could grab it on the left side, I don't want my tool to be buried. Even though I have to do another PA tool cleanup, I don't want to be doing it during the live stream. And I'm sure I'll forget to do it once I'm done the live stream. I've been watching a lot of Love Nature Kids. It's a nature channel about orangutans that's meant for kids. Well, actually, it's produced where you wouldn't know that it's meant for kids because it's actually very well produced. It's called Love Nature Kids, and it's about people. I forget where it is. Philippines. I don't know where it is. But anyways, they raise orphaned orangutans, and orangutans are on the endangered species list. So it's actually quite cool. I can definitely see myself participating into a program like that and helping out nature and animals. That I would be 100% committed to doing. I'd love to work with orangutans. Extremely smart animals. Especially the orangutans that didn't have a very good go at life. Because their parents were, well, most of the time their parents would have been killed by poachers. Or a lot of people own orangutans illegally, keep them in cages, abuse them. Oh, it's just, my God, humanity is just such a turned into an evil, evil, evil friggin' species. Like, what the hell happened to this friggin' reality, man? If you think it's always been like this, then you've been misled greatly. Yeah, they give amazing care to these orangutans, and the number one thing at all, they never punish an orangutan. That's not how you teach by punishment. You teach by rewarding, and with patience. You never teach using fear or physical abuse or scornment or shame or anything like that. That is not how you teach a child, or an animal child for that matter. You're just carrying on a cycle of abuse. And it's funny because I've never laid a hand on my parents, but I can't say the same thing for my parents when I was young. I wonder if it made them feel big and powerful to strike a little kid. I suppose I'll never find out because I never plan on talking to him ever again. Okay, let's get a car in there to cover up that Philadelphia experiment vehicle that's in the middle of the road. I'm gonna put this. Yeah, that doesn't even need a set of stairs now. And really, this doesn't either. Perhaps I'll just leave that as is. Are we gonna get out of the car? Are we not? We certainly were. I think that's pretty much the same vehicle. I don't think there's going to be anything that really... Just needing one that's going to cover the whole thing. It's definitely this car. I would like the summertime a lot more, but to be honest, I absolutely despise the summertime, and it's because of the freaking vehicles that are outside. That is the biggest reason why I don't like summertime. is hiding it as best as I can without building some sort of block over top of it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know. This Dr. Dre channel has had his channel open since May 17th, 2006. Fuck, hey, some people just never grow up. I can assure you if he made his account in 2006, he would have been in at least his teens, if not an adult, which means he's almost my age. Well, some people just never grow up. Some people just never. Okay. Now, I need to see I can keep this grass and then have a pathway here. Slightly more complicated design, but I can do that. Oh, this looks like it was old road as well. Okay, well, I think I'll just replace that with brickwork. And then have the road maybe coming here instead. Sucks that I can't get rid of that. I have to try and make this as wide as I can to get a full vehicle in. I didn't even join YouTube until 2013. Actually, let's see like that there. I always saw social media as a waste of time the first 10 years that it was already out. Nothing beats real life interactions. And you can't hide yourself, well you could, but you can't hide yourself as well as you can behind a camera and keyboard. I reversed that, you know what I'm saying. You can hide yourself extremely well behind a keyboard and a monitor, but you can't do it as well in person. It's like a bully's paradise, social media. Never have to show your face or let people know who you are. And then you can get away with treating people like shit. Whatever. Each their own, I suppose. Now, I could put like a kind of like an alleyway road here. Concrete. I'll put an alleyway here and then separate it by a thin layer of grass. Sorry, thin layer, not layer. Oh, I feel so thankful having to listen to people's wonderful cars as they drive home in anger and impatience from the day at work. Excuse me. Yes, I do want that there. Thank you. Excellent. Maybe if a thunderstorm and rained a lot more this entire summer, and everyone wouldn't be able to ride their obnoxious vehicles. That would be nice. I thought it was out of concrete. That's good. I think the only way to make this work is to half it. Some halfsicles. Get another one on the opposing side. Oh, that's a nice thunderstorm. Starting to rumble up. Yeah, we haven't had a really good thunderstorm in frig. I can't even remember. 4 or 5 years now. Like a thunderstorm that shook the entire ground. concrete yet. Almost out of concrete. Almost. Workshop now. That's the workshop that's over here. I'm gonna grab some more concrete anyways. Oh, that cold air is nice. Oh, I want this summer to be 90% rain and thunderstorms. That would be freaking fantastic. What am I looking for? Let's see here. To load. Let's see if this will do a quick save for me finally. Good. Make sure we're in this workshop side. Try that again. So I'm gonna try something. Let's see if I can actually get that lower in elevation naturally by picking a different piece. really wish it wasn't twisted like that. I don't know why they twist it, but I just insist on twisting it. That's a little bit too far down. It's not quite what I wanted to achieve. Yeah, F it. It's not really worth it. I can just put a ledge here or something. It's going to be a very small sidewalk. This looked like it was all road before, though. All that's road, not sidewalk there. Putting one here. I guess I can put one there and just sink it in a bit. Oh, yes, thunder. Excellent. That will get all the obnoxious drivers off the road. It's not the safest to be riding your motorbike when the ground is completely soaked and puddled. Post here. Yeah. Let's make the line across we possibly can. USO, we need to go to grounded. Harbor. Use the double one here. Maybe it's harder to see that wood that's there. Oh, saw a lightning flash. That thunder will come in about 5, 4, 3, 2. There you go. There we go. Don't hear any more obnoxious vehicles outside. Excellent. What is our previous? That is there. Yeah, that's better. Yes. The raw power of Mother Nature. Another lightning flash. Much closer this time. I was about 4 seconds away. There's the downpour. Hopefully that will have caught some of the motorcyclists off guard. I can get rid of the shrubbery. I can actually put something decent in there. It's 3:15. Thankfully, I always managed to escape the hailstorms when I drove my car, mostly because I always would have a dream, a premonition a few days before. So that meant that I was never caught off guard going outside with my car. It almost got me the one time when I was about a third of the way to Bragg Creek. And then the weather had reminded me of the dream that I had a couple nights prior. And then I decided to turn the car around and go back home. And that's a good thing I did, because it hailed the hell out of the place that day. And if I would have kept driving, my car would have been smashed to pieces on the outside. Let's see if we can get the sidewalk here. We'll have the sidewalk going up to here. I guess I'm gonna have to go all the way down yonder. Problem is, I don't think the storm's gonna last for very long. Like, what happened to the times that we used to have thunderstorms all day long? Like, are those just completely gone now, or what? Remember when I moved to Cranbrook, British Columbia, the first month that I was there, I think it was the first or second, or probably the second month that I was there, just nothing but rain friggin' for an entire month. I think there might have been 2 or 3 days in which it didn't rain. I want days like that again. Here. last very long. Just drizzling now. Still on this side. Bring that. Is that a dipped start? Right about here. I have to lower this brick in elevation. Actually, no, we're going to keep that at the same height. So the grass is really popping through. We'll have to lower it here for sure. Otherwise it'll be covering that door. Not that it makes a difference because it's boarded up, but nevertheless. Excuse me. That doesn't need to be going over. Yeah. Most likely going to be putting a retaining wall here, but let's at least move that over. Ugh. Tea's just, it's good tea. It's free of pesticides. Like it's a lot more expensive tea, but it's just, I do not like the taste of friggin' black tea. Not that I particularly like the taste of coffee, but I really can't drink coffee anymore. My heart says, nope, not anymore. And I know this because I'll start getting chest pains. Even if I abuse tea too much, I'll get chest pains. That's another thing too. I'll be going in for another stress test on my heart. I get a ultrasound on it as well, just to make sure there's no blockages, which I don't think there is. There shouldn't be. Last time on the stress test, I lasted 12 minutes out of the 15, I believe. Could have went longer, but my legs were starting to give out because that was in the middle of the whole debacle there with us having to stay home. So I wasn't really walking or doing anything. In fact, I remember pulling my calf when I had to make a sprint for the C train when I was living in Capitol Hill. I ended up tearing my calf partially. I ended up making a full heel. But yeah, I could feel it rip. And that's just because, well, I basically wasn't using the muscle at all. And this is coming from someone that used to work out 5 days a week. All the time, every time. More of a functional alcoholic back then. Not that I'm very much of an alcoholic now. I only drink if I don't have any Valium, or if my anxiety's out of control. But even that I'm starting to get control of. So this, we're gonna have to, I don't want to infringe on the road that much. Just gonna have to increase the width of the road here. It was definitely written into my programming as a human and a spiritual being that is creating. I feel at home the most when I'm creating. That's when I feel the most at peace. The most at peace and the most invigorated is when I'm creating. If I can't create, then I may as well not exist. Because after that, then there's just no point to live if I can't create. Well, for me anyways. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's how I feel. Oh, my God. Ugh. I can always hear when someone's in the washroom. Like I said, I wonder how people would feel if I just randomly came up to their wall and started banging on it to simulate them going to the washroom. Probably wouldn't like it so much. In fact, I know they wouldn't. Start on the hospital plaza. But what do we have for time? 3 hours and 30 minutes. Should I try and drag this to 4 hours? Oh God. I really need to move my body so I can get some circulation going here. Not good to be sitting on your ass all the time. It's a good way to have a heart attack. See how long it takes us to get to the very end of the project, to the other end of the project. Without running more walkway distance. Alright, so that's where we're ended up right now. Where are we on the map? Yeah, it's already sunny outside. God, these thunderstorms don't last long enough. So right here, and Jamaica Plane is right there. So we really only have to go 2 times the distance than what we already gone to make it to the glowing sea. So we want to make it here into the fork in the road, cross the bridge as egret, and bring it there. Let's see what happens. So we'll do it at 3:29:40 for the live stream. There we go. All this here is going to take me a while to build or to remodel. I said 3:29:40. 3:29:40. hill and that's loading in. A lot of these lights are out. I'm gonna have to reset these lights. These ones too, those street lights are out, I have to reset them. There we go, 329.40. About a minute and 15 plus 20, a minute and 35 seconds. These have to be reset, that's the problem going all the way out and back in. Fire barrels are still working, but all the street lights have been not working properly. So yeah, now it's trying to reload everything. I think how much am I at? Almost at 120 hours for this build. 420 hours, sorry. 420 hours thus far. See, a lot of this I'm not even sure on how I'm going to be able to finish. I wanted to make this into like a Bohemian Grove. This was the old Raider camp. I'm going to have to do that off a live stream. This is too high risk of an area to live stream in because it just simply is too prone to freezing while in workshop. Power armor back inside here. Oh, I think that's going to conclude today. I already streamed for 40 minutes before the stream, before it was just shut off, so it's almost 5 hours of streaming today. So thanks for joining the live stream. I'm just going to leave it here until it goes into panoramic mode again. But yeah, have a good day.